So as was mentioned, we'll be moving through a practice that will begin with an introduction of just sitting with your breath. And from there, we'll move into a practice that has been shown over and over and over again in the literature, both qualitative and quantitative research showing the importance and impact on building compassion both for self and for others. So we are using a very rigorous evidence-based practice through this mindfulness practice this morning that comes from the MBSR, mindfulness-based stress reduction, from John Kabat-Zinn's work back in the 90s, and has been used in hospitals and classrooms and corporations all across the world. And so that practice is called loving kindness. It is secular in the nature that we will introduce it today. And I encourage you to be curious about how that practice sounds, feels, looks, and how that practice sits with you. You will have the option to move into that practice or not. So just like everything else here, we invite you to try things on, but also take care of your needs and what is right for you. I'll encourage you to find a comfortable position, maybe not quite as comfortable as what I encouraged yesterday for the body scan. We're not necessarily trying to release our body of tensions through this practice, so it's okay if you are sitting in a position that maybe isn't super great. That's okay. You're still welcome to bolster yourself, close your eyes, or let your gaze settle on the table or desk in front of you. You are welcome to be cozy. You can see that I am cold, so I am cozy in my body this morning. And find things that will bring comfort, or at least a limited amount of distraction into your space. If you are seated, I do recommend feeling something behind your back. So maybe sitting up against a chair or a wall so that you can feel that. If you're not used to sitting in an upright position for a long period of time, having something behind you can help keep you focused and grounded as well. Feet can be on the ground, feet can be cross-legged, whatever position feels right on your body. We'll sit here for about 20 minutes or so. You are always welcome to move if you need to. So if that means you need to straighten your legs or move into a lay down position or a standing position, you are welcome to do that. Focus on the eyes. The reason I mentioned they can be open or closed, we all have a different relationship with the way that we take information in visually. So if you're one who gets easily distracted by what you see visually, it can be helpful to either have that gaze be fully closed, or maybe looking at something down that is not going to be changing, such as your floor or a keypad or something like that. If it's most comfortable for you to have your eyes closed, go ahead and let them soften. And the first part of our practice, we're simply going to notice the breath. This might be very commonplace for you, or maybe the breath is a place you don't spend a lot of attention. If you're someone who struggles with asthma, I understand that. I'm in that place with you, and sometimes the breath can be challenging to focus on. So instead of asking you to find long, deep breaths down in your belly, instead I'm going to invite you to bring your attention to either your lips or your nose, wherever it is you're finding that breath comes in and out of your body. And just notice how it feels to have the air pass over this space. Is the air coming in cool? Does it change the sensation that you notice on the inhale and the exhale? As you take that long inhale in, and you feel it pass through your sinuses, or maybe does it change the sensation of your mouth? And for the next few breaths, we're just going to notice the way the inhale and the exhale feel in this space, the first point of contact that the breath has with our body. I'll ask you to notice what's happening with the rest of your body or your mind while your attention is focused here. Have you started letting your jaw be soft so that you can fully allow that breath to come in and out? Or have you furrowed your brow trying to focus and concentrate? Just notice. My next cue will be the first cue that I've given to create some change. So instead of just noticing the way the breath comes and goes, see if you can start to consciously drop the shoulders or open the palms or soften the jaw. Connecting a conscious shift of the body to the rise and fall of the breath. Naturally, when we inhale, the heart rate speeds up. And when we exhale, the heart rate slows down. Maybe using this natural biological cue to expand out into other parts of your body. Maybe the inhale can bring awareness into the furrowed brow. And then with the exhale, as the heart slows, the tension softens. And I invite you to continue this practice, noticing any other areas that need that attention. Maybe you're recognizing that the hips are unhappy with the position you've chosen. And with an exhale, slightly shift. Maybe noticing that the mind has gone somewhere else. And then with the exhale, invite it back. Feel the way the breath is leaving your body. Feel the air moving across your lips or your nose. And if you notice that your body is uncomfortable or your mind is scattered, trust that that's part of the experience, and likely many of your peers are having similar experiences. The goal here is not to relieve the body of tension and to silence the mind. Instead, the goal here is to become conscious of our current moment. Become aware of the experience that's arising right here and right now. And maybe even start to become aware if it's an experience that you enjoy or one that you don't. Being still with our breath allows us to have a moment of self-reflection, curiosity, and wonder. You're welcome to stay in this place, noticing, softening, noticing, softening. Or you can bring your attention down deeper into the body beyond simply where the air meets your body, but maybe where the air integrates into the body, bringing your awareness into the lungs. Notice the expansion of the lower belly, the gentle rise and fall of the chest as the lungs fill with air. Again, just noticing. Recognizing the biological shifts that come with breathing. maybe even slightly attuning to that faster heart rate with the deep inhale, and watching how it slows with the exhale. Maybe recognizing that the air felt cool when it came in through your nose or mouth, but somewhere before the lungs, that coolness disappears. Simply noticing the in and out, the rise and fall, the distraction and the coming back. When learning about present moment awareness, the distraction is often revered as a teacher. Or it's because of the distraction we get the opportunity to practice. We recognize we've left, thoughts have gone somewhere else, and that recognition of bringing the awareness back to the breath, back to the present moment, is the practice. And again, I'll invite you to stay here. Continue watching the rise and fall of the belly, rise and fall of the chest, or the in and out of the air through the nose or mouth. And for the next several moments, you can stay here in this space, simply coming back to the breath when you've noticed you've wandered away, softening tensions in the body when you feel them creeping back in, or caring for yourself by shifting, opening the eyes, closing the eyes, stretching the legs, honoring your present moment. If you wish, if it's comfortable and intriguing, you're welcome to take the practice into loving kindness. As we move into loving kindness, I'll encourage you to continue coming back to this place if you find that you've become distracted. This place being a starting point, a recognition of the present moment. To practice loving kindness meditation, we think about bringing love, compassion, kindness, empathy out into the world around us. And a good place to start is by picturing someone in your mind's eye, or maybe even gazing on a photo that you might have next to your space, of somebody who's close to you, somebody who's easy to love. Maybe it's a human, maybe it's an animal. Just focusing on a being that easily brings forward an inner smile or a warm heart. Maybe a deep knowing that that person or animal is in your life. And by holding this being in your mind's eye, imagine sending that love, that kindness, that respect, that honor, that compassion out from your heart space to theirs. If feeling into the somatic experience is not an area that's comfortable for you, you can instead picture a color or hear words. Maybe even visualizing a linear trajectory in some way that feels most comfortable to you. Think about offering your heart space of love and kindness as if it was a gift that you were handing to this person or being in your life. If you're a strong kinesthetic learner, maybe even placing one of your hands on your heart and extending one of your hands out as if you're handing that gift directly to this individual. If you're an auditory processor, an auditory learner, maybe saying in your mind's ear, I wish for you to be happy. Or offering some phrase or word. You can even say that phrase or word out loud. And from this place of feeling that heart connection, feeling that joy or gratitude or love that you have for this individual, I'll encourage you to expand the image in your mind to take up more than just one individual. Maybe an entire family, maybe your siblings, a spouse, children, parents, maybe your neighbors, roommates, grandparents. Thinking about the support system that you have to help you through this program. The people that you can lean on, maybe even someone you've connected with in this space. And then allow that sensation, whether it's a feeling, a word, a phrase, an image, a vector, out to this group of individuals. Two-legged, four-legged, or other. Offering that space of love, kindness, compassion, empathy, relationship. And simply noticing, reflecting on this experience. How is the breath feeling in the body? Do you notice any shifts in the heart space, in the mind, in the muscles of the face? Again, sending out that sensation of love, of kindness to those in your world who share a relationship with you of support, kindness, friendship. Recognizing that through this place of love, You wish them to be free of suffering or ease in their life or joy, connection. And for the next moment, recognize that this outward pouring of love and kindness can also be bidirectional. Feeling that love and kindness come back into yourself and your own heart space. Recognizing a tendency to place judgment on our own self-care and self-worth and our self-love, and setting that aside. Simply recognizing that as we move into spaces of discomfort, it's when we grow. When we move into self-reflection with curiosity and wonder, we open spaces for growth, expansion, and connection. And let your awareness now travel back into that space at the tip of your lips or the tip of your nose. Feel the air coming into the body. Take a long, deep breath here. Feeling the cooler air of the room warm up as it passes through the sinuses and into the lungs. And maybe feel the warm air of the body now gently make its way out with the exhale. I encourage you to open your eyes if they're closed, taking in the colors, shapes, and lights of the space around you. Maybe even allowing the gaze to rise all the way to the ceiling and then all the way to the floor. Bringing movement in the head and neck. Begin to roll the shoulders back, lifting heart center, giving a gentle arc in the back, and then rolling the shoulders forward, letting your spine begin to move in flexion and extension, maybe even gentle rotation from side to side. I invite you to stretch your fingers out in all directions, opening the palms of the hands, maybe creating a little fist, and then again into a stretch. If the legs have been crossed, straightening the legs, maybe point and flex the toes, roll the ankles. And with your next big inhale, let the arms rise above the head, come into a long, deep stretch. Reaching those fingertips out in all directions, opening the shoulders, and exhale, come back to center. If you are laying down, I encourage you to take a moment to stand or sit. Maybe if you've been sitting, a standing or a stretch would feel nice for the next moment. Maybe taking in something in your space that brings you comfort, joy, whether it's a picture, an image, a pet, a blanket, bringing something close to you, helping you come back and transition into our large group. Taking the moments that you need to turn your camera back on and come back and ready for our discussion on compassion.